I'm Calvin Dila.
I'm Cole Dila.
I'm Shayla Denaway, and this is my husband, Tom Denaway. She's breezy, very breezy.
So we are in Grenada, and we are with Chris and Crystal from LTD Sailing, which stands for
Living the Dream. It's a liveaboard school, so we do 7 and 10 day, mostly 7 and 10 day classes. We go out either on a catamaran or on a monohull. We sail up through the Grenadines, beautiful islands, great sailing conditions, and we learn along the way. So we start out kind of in the morning, we do our classroom right here on the boat, and then we go out and we practice, so we go out and do it.
So it's kind of like a mixture of, like, I don't know, being on holiday on a sailboat and learning ASA at the same time.
Well, we're in the Grenadines. It's an amazing location, so we're definitely taking some time out to have fun.
Yeah.
We got some great snorkeling, we got some awesome islands to visit, and some really cool people along the way. It's not a skipper charter, not at all. It's a serious learning experience, but then, yeah, we get someplace, we experience what it's like, we enjoy it, eat some great food, experience the local culture, and
I guess, what's cool about that is you're not just doing like a class and you learn how to sail, you're living on a boat, so you learn probably so much more than what the class covers.
It's just immersive, yeah.
Just about like living on a boat and cooking on a boat and I don't know, just overall.
Got to manage your water, right? What happens when we run out of water? We got to go find more. On the advanced classes, we're doing night sailing and kind of experiencing that, you know, take it to the next level. It's a good mix of having fun, a great learning vacation, and experience we can learn some sailing. We've got a video crew coming down here. The idea is we're going to take out a sailing class. We're going to film the whole experience. And so we want to just show people day by day, like, what is it like to go sailing with LTD.
By coincidence, we've been trying to figure out a way to bring some of our patrons down and like visit us and see what life is like down here.
Yeah.
The problem with that, I guess, is we can only bring down like one person at a time to actually be on Delos.
Oh, yeah.
So what if we reached out to our patrons and saw if anybody was interested in coming down for this trip and to learn how to sail, not with Delos, but with you guys?
That would be awesome.
We can try. What do you guys, I don't know.
Let's run a competition, see what happens.
Why not? Boom.
Boom.
Drum roll, please.
Scrolling.
I'm scrolling back and forth.
Eyes closed.
We gotta
The name is TJ Denaway.
TJ Denaway. That's the
All
one.
right, so you're gonna come fly down to Grenada, do the ASA courses with our buddies at LTD. The other cool thing is that just the other day, Chris gave us a call and said that somebody that was already scheduled on the boat had canceled. Mm-hmm. And so they offered us, asked if we had somebody that would probably be interested in the second cabin on the boat, and we said, yeah, I'm pretty sure we could work that out. And I think what I want to do for this is some sort of like a captain's pick. I want to pick somebody, and there's somebody that sent us a really touching message, has an amazing story. They have a dream to go sailing. They've been met with setbacks and difficulties, but it hasn't stopped them. But the message they sent really touched us. And I would like to pick, for my pick, the Delos tribe. I hope I'm saying it right. Delos tribe.
It's probably Della. Like people say Delos.
Delos, Delos tribe. Anyway, my heart's out to you guys, and
You're coming sailing.
You're gonna come to Grenada. We hope to meet you here.
Exciting. I'm really excited to meet him.
Nice to meet you. We walked out the door to a crew of salty sailors anxiously awaiting our arrival. And,
Yeah, it was pretty awesome to meet the Delos crew as soon as we landed, and you know, such a warm welcome from LTD Sailing. And
was handed a quick beer, gave some quick hugs, had a quick cheers, and hopped in a van, and off we went to Secret Harbor.
We started the dream of sailing 10 years ago?
10 years ago, yeah.
10 years ago. And every step that we took towards it seemed to be a step back.
I'd forgotten about my dream of sailing. We
Oh, yeah.
got into life a little bit and
got into the business and forgot all about it. Going to school back at A&M, and one of my buddies sent me a text with some people sailing around the world, and I just completely forgot about the dream. And I just looked at Cole and I said, hey, I don't want to be...
He goes, how's your dream going? Or don't forget the dream, or
Yeah,
something like
yeah.
that.
I told her I don't want to be 70, 80, 90 years old and wished I would have done something. And so I made a decision to start moving towards sailing, and then we started watching all the sailing videos we could. One of the ones that we really got stuck on was Delos.
He got hit by
Hurricane Harvey really hit the business, and so we lost a lot. And then
in Hurricane Harvey.
And then
Right after that,
I got run over by a drunk driver.
him, not the vehicle.
Yeah, actually got run over, and then I had some medical issues, and so that was another step back, and now we're recovering from those.
And we saw the Delos video. And so he goes, heck yeah, he replied to it, and about 45, 47 other people did too. And so we went back to the shop to finish up some work that night. And as we're closing up shop, he gets a ding on his email, and he opens it up, and his face just like, it was like this, look.
Yeah, I think tears just started literally just
pouring
I
out.
had no
and
control over it whatsoever.
And he just turns the phone towards me.
It was, I hope you're ready to go Grenada, and I'm like, kept reading over that again and again. I was like, I had to reread it, and Niagara Falls.
Niagara Falls, baby. And the rest is history. And so in the next 2 weeks, we just threw everything together that we could, got the business lined up so that our employees could do it on their own, and got our flight, and we're like, let's do this.
Yeah, my 18-year-old daughter is running my business for the first time by herself.
And my husband's sailing
Super
a catamaran
impressed.
for the first time by himself.
We're from Hugo, Minnesota, which is just northeast of the Twin Cities.
And I saw that the SV Delos crew had posted a contest for their Patreons, offering a chance to go sailing in Grenada. When I saw the video, we heard the music play. Part of me in the back of my mind's like, we're gonna win this freaking trip. And
He came downstairs so excited and told me all of, that he was going to sign us up for this. And I'm like, sure, go ahead and enter our names. That's.
So I just kind of pulled out my phone and checked that email account, and all of a sudden there was 3 messages from SV Delos basically saying, hey, you guys want to go sailing in Grenada?
He came downstairs to find me, and he's holding the phone with the email, and he's kind of shaking, like welling up tears in his eyes. And I looked at him and I was like, oh, I know exactly what just happened. Like, I could tell by his reaction. And
so we could become sailors, and it was too good to be true and too good to pass up. And yeah, it was a 3-week sprint with work and a bunch of travel for work, and trying to cram as best as we could with the books. It took a little while to get the books here, and the whole thing came up a little quicker than most of our vacations.
The boat we're going to be sailing on is an owner's version catamaran. That means one entire hull is one cabin. The other cabin is split. The other hull is split into 2 cabins. So obviously the owner's cabin might be nice. The idea has come up that it might be the most fair and sportsmanlike ways to do rock, paper, scissors. So
Are you guys ready? Best out of 3?
Yes.
All right.
And
Oh.
ah, you got me.
Got it. Great.
Hero champion!
let's go down and check the boat.
Awesome. Thank you.
Yeah, grab your stuff and we'll get it down there.
So yeah, we got down here and spent the first night on the boat. It was nice. I like spending the first night on the boat because I felt like it got me a little more acclimated to the motion of the ocean, if you will, and helped get our sea legs underneath us. We within a short amount of time, we ended up at a reggae festival downtown, and that was a whole trip and experience in itself. Bright and early the next morning, we got up, got ready, and off to Dogsmile we went to learn how to sail on a small keelboat.
We're going to spend the first half of the day talking about basic sailing concepts, points of sail, practicing some knots, and learning about the rules of the road. We'll also spend some time on board learning about parts of the boat. After lunch, we're going to get out on the water and go sailing. Kind of our first point of sail where the boat's actually moving is here. And what do we call that? Close haul. We're sailing about 45 degrees, yep. And how do we have our sails adjusted?
Right.
In tight, yeah. The person at the helm is just steering to the telltales, right? And what those ribbons are telling us is that we have smooth airflow over the sail. Here's the 25-cent word of the day is smooth laminar flow. And now we fall off a little bit. What's this point of sail? Close reach. We're gonna let it out, but if we let it out too much, that sail will just start twisting off at the top and it just releases all the pressure. What do we call it when we're going directly downwind?
Run.
On a run. And what do we do to our sails? What's gonna happen here?
Wing and wing.
Wing on wing. Yeah, and the reason for the wing on wing is our mainsail creates a wind shadow behind it. Remember that thing about that wind shadow, because we're going to use that. We can use this to our advantage later on when we decide it's time to come back in and we're going to take the sails down. A really nice way to take the sails down is to get that jib covered with that wind shadow from the main, collapse it, and just roll it up nice and easy. What are we worried about? What's the
Accidental jibe.
accidental jibe?
It sounds
Yep.
very scary.
It's not good. It depends on how much wind there is. But accidental jibes can be dangerous for the crew and also for the boat. It's a lot of stress on the boat when you do a big accidental jibe. When we jibe, it's totally about the main trimmer, right? The person who can control that jibe. And so as they steer nice and slow down through the wind, that main trimmer is going to bring that in, and as soon as it pops, the wind fills on the new side, they're going to ease it right back out. So remember this, whatever sail is closest to the wind is the one to worry about.
Yeah.
And then it pulls this, so pull this end, that's it.
And so the first one was a square knot. This one's called
A sheet bend, pull the standing end, and pull the other tail,
this one goes shit.
and it makes a mold. The boat that has the most right of way of any boat, no matter what, is a boat that is being overtaken. Let's make these guys into sailboats.
Fun toys you have here.
I know, right? That's why I want to become a sailing instructor, so I can play with little toy boats. The boat that's on starboard is always going to have the right of way over the boat that's on port, right? So in this case, that port tacking boat should alter course. It should go downwind of me and pass me this way and allow me to continue on.
Downwind.
We've got a badass little monohull, Dogsmile, which is a J105. I think it takes our educational program honestly up to the next level. Yeah, when you do it right, this boat feels really good. When you do it wrong, she lets you know. We're gonna go out and go for a sail just out here in Grenadines Bay. Backstay, and the ones coming down the sides, shrouds, and up in the front.
Forestay.
Forestay, yep. What is this, these lines that are kind of controlling the track at the bottom of the main sheet? Traveler. We're gonna travel at the center and pretty much leave it there today. What does the outhaul do? It controls the bottom of the sails. But what does the boom bang do, you guys? 3 wraps on the barrel, follow the guide up into the self-tailer, and as I pull away, keeping that lateral tension on it, I create space and get my hand away from the winch. Put one more wrap on the barrel. That's good. And up at the top.
Around?
You got it.
All right.
Now grab your winch handle. We're ready.
All right, line off.
Yep, you're there, we're good.
Keep her clear of the prop.
We just turned the engine off, which is always the best part of sailing. I think it just goes nice and quiet. What's the wind speed back there, boss? Sweet. Got like 10 knots from behind us and sailing out of the bay, man. It's a beautiful, beautiful day.
I'm right here, ready to tack. Remember how we did this? And we just hold it right there. And I'm just watching that sail, okay? Don't let it slip. It'll burp, it'll make noise. It doesn't sound good. But it also slows the boat down. We don't want to slow the boat down going into attack. So now when he actually does the turn, I'm just gonna watch that sail, and when the sail collapses, I'm gonna let it go, and the sail's gonna come across. All about the main trimmer, right? So your job, Taylor, is to bring that boom in center. Ready? And you're bringing that boom in. Look up the rail, you'll see it pointing at 90 degrees to the boat. That's good. All right, so let's go down, find our deep broad reach again. Okay. We're gonna find that by doing our collapse, just barely collapse and then bring it back. So I'm gonna do big flakes. And I'm gonna lay them down here flat.
But if you always keep a little bit of tension on the line when you're easing it, don't ease it too fast, there's less of a chance that you'll get an override.
Jackie!
Yeah, you're turning down on in order to stop the turn, you actually have to steer back the other way a little bit. And just watching that forestay as it moves across the horizon is what is going to tell you how fast you're turning. You're going to do a very nice slow turn down through the wind, okay?
Okay.
All right, let's do it. Guys, let's roll that up. And we're going to ease it out as...
Day one.
I'm much better with the motor.
And I'm going to release that backstay.
Be sure to check out the next episode with the LTD crew.
Driving.
Up next, they'll be learning about basic sailing maneuvers and the all-important man overboard drill.